But during Tet Offensive, everything was crazy then. I don't think I slept for 6 hours in 3 days during that.
And what kind of things went on?
Well, you just be getting hit. I mean, daytime, nighttime. I think that's when we could have got run over. If they'd have wanted to come on up through and run through it, we wouldn't have been able to stop them. There wasn't enough firepower. We didn't have enough firepower to stop them.
Why didn't
And
they?
I remember
They
we'd
didn't.
run out there. I remember we was getting hit one night, and at this time, they didn't want us because we didn't nothing hardly ever happened. Instead of keeping our rifles down there by our bunks and everything, they would let us put them in the storage room up there. Mm-hmm. And then if it looked like we was going to be getting hit or anything, or anything they had any word or anything, then they would, let's go up and get our rifle. So we'd leave them up there, just on ordinary nights and stuff. But I remember one night, boy, we started getting hit, and we was going to run out and go up there and get our rifle. So we run out, and anyway, and I remember we got down in a little ditch, because, boy, everything just lit up, jumped down a little ditch. And they didn't use, they wasn't supposed to be using any kind of rounds that had chase around in, where you could see where they're going in. But evidently they'd stole some ammunition or something, because we was laying in that ditch, and you could see them tracing rounds going over our head, boom, boom. And then we just crawled in that ditch up there to get our rifles out of the storage. And then we got down there in them bunkers. We had these bunkers. I remember we were sitting in them bunkers one night, and all it was like a big old cover pipe,
Mm-hmm.
And you dig out a spot in the middle of it, and you could sit on it. You could sit in it and put your feet in a little ditch,
Mm-hmm.
and sit up on the edge, and then that thing was over your head, and it had, just sandbags on top of it, and down on each end of it, about that far out, we'd have sandbags real thick,
Mm-hmm.
where you could go up inside of it and get inside of it. We were sitting in that thing some one night, and everybody sits there with a rifle like this, you're supposed to be sitting there. And all of a sudden, you wasn't supposed to be in there and have no round in your rifle, when you're in there. And we was in there, and all of a sudden, somebody's rifle went off inside that thing. And I couldn't believe it, man. I couldn't believe it. That thing went off, and it could have ricocheted. I don't know, I guess it was just lucky. Nobody, everybody come out of there okay. I know another night, this was before King ever got to be the driver. We went out, we were getting hit one night. And King at that time was sleeping about 2 more hooches up from, where I was with. I ran out there and got this thing out there, and I was sitting there, and it was pitch black. You couldn't see your hand in front of your face. I was sitting there, and I was looking around, and I said, did anybody see King? He said, I'm sitting right here by you, Mayo. I thought it was so funny. It was so pitch black, you didn't know who was sitting in there with you. It was funny.
So anything else happened in the offensive after it was over with? It happened for 3 days or so? So the Tet Offensive happened for 3 days or so?
No, I don't remember exactly how long. I know it was right at the end of January 1968. I didn't know, probably longer than that, but it was just different parts. They was hitting every big city in South Vietnam. Right. Every big city was getting hit.
Mm-hmm.
And especially, I guess Saigon probably, they was hitting, it's called Ho Chi Minh City. Now, at that time, it's called Saigon. I guess it was probably getting hit probably more than any of them, but that's one they were showing on television probably so much. But all of them, everybody was getting hit. That's the only time I really got worried, and that's when I knew right then. I said, there ain't no way in the world we can win this war. It ain't gonna happen. Because you can't fight somebody that's over here shining your boots in the compound during the day and go out there in the rice paddy and be shooting mortar rounds in there at night. Because they've killed them out there in the rice paddy and go out there and find them, to have a body count and know that they worked in the compound. So that's just the way it was. You couldn't do anything about it. You could see people downtown. See all these people running around town during the day. They may be, they may be fighting at night. You couldn't tell who was who. Wasn't like they run around with a uniform on saying, I'm your enemy. So I don't know. It's probably a war we probably shouldn't have got into, but all that started all back in the 50s. All that started all back in the 50s, and then we went over and trying to help May. Britain was over there having to do all that stuff way back in. France too, 'cause there's a lot of French girls, there's a lot of mixed breed people over there.